Education has always been a very important aspect in all of our daily lives, from most of our childhoods all the way to our early adulthoods. We've always had to sit in class, pay attention to our teachers or professors, and study, take notes, read books, do homework, do exams, and then we finally graduate after 12 years. And then we go into college, and I add an extra three, four if you're only doing masters, and an a total of 10 years for a doctorate degree. Now, for most of us, we go along with this, right? We sit in class, we just obey our teachers, listen to them, pay attention, and all that stuff. But do we really pay attention? Do we really remember, really understand that material, all that information? Studies have shown that students after high school, after months or years, they forget 90%, 90% of what they learned. High school is about 3 years. That's almost all of those 3 years, all that learning, all that note taking, all those exams, all those quizzes, all thrown out and forgotten by most of us. Only the real geniuses, the prodigies, or the hard workers actually do still remember all that stuff. But for most of us, for those who just sit in class, just want to get on with the day, all of that information, all just gone. Well, of course it's because we don't really focus or pay attention. But for something we pay a huge sum of money, something we have to go through for our early lives, for the beginning of our adulthoods, it's all forgotten. We don't remember as much. We sometimes stutter or forget, like, oh, what was this topic about? Like, oh, what was the powerhouse of the cell? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, we do not remember any of that after maybe like a month, maybe even a year, maybe even a year you'll still remember, and then like, what was this about? It's it's like we never really learned. Like all of us just studied, just took notes, just did that all for grades. And that's the problem, with the current education system. Everyone just cares about grades, numbers, scores, percentages. Oh, how high was your score? Oh, how high was your GPA? It's not a bad thing necessarily, but we focus on it so much that when you really think about it, do we actually learn? Do we actually remember everything during that class? Like in science class, we're just here taking notes. The teacher's teaching about biology. You just take notes, just go on, do homework. Like you learn bits and pieces there, and maybe pay attention. Though most of the time, sometimes you'd be either talking with your friends or maybe on your phone, if they let you on your phone. And then the exam rolls in, like your teachers, hey, next week, exam. So learn from chapters 10 to 12. It will be multiple choice and essays. And then, we just say, like, oh, okay, okay. And then a week goes by, well, not exactly a week, 6 days. And then, oh yeah, exam. For some like geniuses, like the top students, they actually did take their time to learn. They go to tuition. They actually practiced already, took notes, and then reviewed those notes over and over again. Yeah, of course they're prepared. They remember everything. But for most of the students, that just they like on Saturdays they just hang out with their friends. Like, yeah, that's normal. But they never really they don't really re-review all those notes, all those homeworks given to them. Like they don't really re-review them for most of the time. They just sit around, relax, That perfectly understandable. It's not like every day we have to learn, study. It's our lives. But we only learn when exam finally rolls in, like, oh, tomorrow's exam. Oh shoot, I gotta start cramming all this. Like, what's this? Oh, how do we do this? Oh, how do we do that? And then exam rolls in, we go through it, and some of us fail, some of us pass, and then we just move on. And then back again to the top students. They still remember all this information related to the exams and or also quizzes. They still remember it. But then for like everyone else, they're like, uh, what was that again? Wait, did we really learn this in class? Like we forget all the formulas or like what was the powerhouse of the cell. Yeah, we just forget all of that the moment the exam or test is over. Like maybe a day you'll still remember, but then like weeks or months later, our brain goes like, "Huh? We learned that really?" And that's because due to this education system, it prioritizes grades. It prioritizes numbers, letters like A, B, A plus, B minus, F, or like 100%, 90%. That's all they focus on. If you want to get a good job, you want to go to a good college. Oh, how good were your grades? How good was your score? How was your performance in class, in exams? But they never really ask you like, hey, you know how to do this, like you learn this, stuff like that. Like maybe some your professors in college ask you that, but like when you want to go to that college, like they don't really ask you that. They don't care. They just like, oh, you did. Oh, this is pretty good high score. Oh, you were in the math Olympics. Yeah, you can sign up for our college. Yeah, yeah, and that's it. There's nothing else. They don't really ask you like how much you learn, like what exactly you learn. That's it. Nothing else. And then you just it kind of bothers me a little because like most of our lives we study, and then we forget when we're like an adults. Studies show that it adults actually learn more from their jobs and not much from their classes, high schools, college. No, it's mostly from when they were working. Isn't that crazy? So I want to share with everyone that we don't exactly have to focus our grades, scores, percentages that much. We we sure we can. We always have to get good grades for colleges and stuff like that, but we should start prioritizing about our actual learning, like how certain processes work, like how this works, how that works, what this formula does, like how does it do, like what does it do, and then we could actually use this in our daily lives instead of because we only focus on our grades and then never really learn about anything. So I would like to close this by saying that you should not worry about having to be the top student. You never should. You don't have to. It's okay you didn't get 100%. What matters more is what you learned, what goes in your head, and how you can apply that into your real life. Thank you.